Hello everyone and welcome. This is our Libra Equinox. This is a beautiful, beautiful season. I'm really excited about it. It's definitely going to be like, this is, one of God's coddly in my Boston accent, where, the last time we had this type of a season was the Cancer, the summer or the winter solstice. And so now we're having our autumn or spring equinox, depending on what hemisphere you're in right now. And so, pardon me, today we are talking about Libra season. We're going to go over Libra season, but what I wanted to offer in today's video, I don't remember how I did it for the Cancer season one. I put the link for that below. The Cancer season, I think it was called Coming Home. And so we were talking about home, my pocket of the world, safety. And so this area of the astrological wheel that we've been in this lens, we speak in lenses around here, wear these big old glasses, was the lens of Cancer, home, Leo, creativity, play, and children, and Virgo, everyday life, practical service, and as well as health. So that's what we've been experiencing. And this is, cardinal water, fixed fire, and mutable earth. Now we're going into cardinal air energy. So what I've written down today is we're going to do a longer range look. So right now what I have up on the board, and this is the general astrological wheel, starts in Aries. Oh, I don't think I've ever dropped the wand before. Interesting. I'm a jitterbug. I leave for California tomorrow and I'm an absolute jitterbug. Yeah, I'm recording this on the 11th. And I think my intention is to post it around the 15th, maybe the 14th, I don't know, or the 16th, but I wanted it to be done before I left for the Summit of Greatness, and I'm an absolute jitterbug. So Aries, all the way around over to Pisces. And so what I have on the board, reel it in, Sarah, lock it in. This is the planets, the moon is over here in Gemini, the moment that the sun goes into Libra energy. And then what I have written down is the 21st of December when the sun goes into Capricorn energy. So I'm going to show this longer range. I'm not going to go over any of the new moons or full moons for it. I'm not going to go over any of the nitty gritty of it. What I have written down is only if there was a retrograde, and I have like the dates for the Mercury retrogrades and when planets that are, retrograde. These are all retrograde. Some of them go direct in that time. Jupiter is direct and will go retrograde in that time. Does Mars as well? Yeah, Mars goes retrograde during this time period as well. So I'll talk about those dates, but my intention is for us to have a longer view of what the theme for Libra, Scorpio, and Sag season might look like for us. As well as I'm contemplating, I'm probably going to do this, is an all signs reading in this similar way. Is kind of like a, not so much the new moons and the full moons, because I do that anyways, but just like a 3 month, September, October, November into December. So let's get started. Welcome. My name is Sarah. I don't know what to call myself right now, but I'm going to use the term channeler. I channel messages, I go right to source energy. I work with leaders that have a growth mindset and are integrating their metaphysical practices into their leadership growth and development, their personal growth and development toolbox, and making sense of the spirituality and harnessing fundamental metaphysical practices to kind of really spearhead their trajectory. Not getting lost in the hullabaloo, which is very possible to do. I want to put 2 videos below. Where we lose people, stay the course, and then getting lost in the process. Because it's, I hit the camera, pardon me, honey, pardon me. It's both. We can get stuck in certain areas of our awakening, as well as we can get stuck in the processing of astrology and this and that. And we have to find a happy balance. We have to find a way to make both of our worlds connect and shake hands. It's just a beautiful, so like the title of the video states, I think I'm going with lead with love, no matter. A few keynotes that if you want to grab your journal, I'm going to use Esmeralda for the pause today. Look at the hat she's wearing. She's Go grab your journal, your coffee or tea, and we're going to talk about astrology. We're going to talk about how to integrate all this. Okay, cool. The notes that I wrote down is have a let it be mantra. Thank you, coming and going instead of time. We're going to look at the intensity of certain things. Downloads are coming in hot and quick. We might shift our perspective in the same conversation. So let's start off with the lens of Libra. Runs the 7th house of the general astrological wheel. Relationships, the important people in my life. This is the descendant sign. So the ascendant over here, this is the self, the Aries side, and the relationships, it's how we see God in another, how we see source in another, how we experience ourselves through the lens of relationships. Libra is also the scales, again, cardinal air energy. I really love the way that the moon is trining the sun in this moment. The moon scootadootches. And normally I just like to look at the auspicious things that are happening. And the moon being over here in Gemini at 1 degree, yes, trining the sun just says this is going to be, again, information, mental clarity coming in very, very quick. I was having tea yesterday with a soul sister, and it's just become such common conversation in my life for me to say, I'm being called to say something, or her to say, I just got a download. This is what I'm hearing. And to just be connecting to the God of our understanding naturally, as if that source energy is in the room and that we are co-creating with it. It's very, very common in my daily life to have those conversations, to just say, oh, I'm hearing this, or maybe that means this, to help each other, that other person, that relationship that's sitting in front of you, understand something and unlock something within them. This is so Mr. Rogers. I'm taking my slippers off. Hello, neighbor. Hello. I know. This is my original e-spirit. I can't always wear it out in the world because it's ripping and torn in so many different places, but I can wear it here. Yeah, it's older than a lot of you are. Yeah, no, I work with 20-year-olds, and for a lot of you, this is older than you. The shirt that I'm wearing is older than you. But I can wear it on camera. I can't always wear it in public because I'm like wearing a relic. Yeah, I'm a relic. Just kidding. I have a whole video that I'm going to record about how being an old soul isn't really like the mark of it's not something to really shout from the rooftops in a way where it's like, I had to come back and repeat 3rd grade for billions of years. Yeah, no, I got lost in the sauce, and I have to atone for all of these, negative egoic things that I've really, it's not something to be proud of always or ever. It just says that I have more to learn. I have more to learn. I have more to learn, because when you get to leave the planet, I have a whole video on, this is my last human life. How can you tell if it's yours? Where we get to really process all of this, karmic past life debts, if you will. This is all over the place, but my channeling has been shifting and growing and changing so much, and I'm sure a lot of yours has. I wrote an article that I think I'm posting tomorrow. It's in my Substack, the link is below, where I'm blending like what does fighting for mean and transmuting best to be most authentic. And it's really the mark of a real leader right now is absolute unexplained exhaustion, because you're co-creating with the universe and you're saying, God, here's my order. I'm, using the universal law of aligned action, and I'm going with it, and I'm trusting you. But sometimes we can't get all the things done that we want to get done, that our brain says we have to get done at the perfect time. When it's the perfect time, we'll know it's the perfect time because we'll be in the paradigm that we need to be in to be able to record the video, do the thing, meet the person, whatever it may be. I got a little off track there, but so what I want us to get comfortable with, relationships, we'll go back to the Libra, is people coming in hot and leaving hot, and having that be so familiar and okay to let that be an activation, two souls coming together for a little bit of time and having a powerful moment. You might experience past life visions. You might experience all these different things where you I'm seeing like you meeting someone, and definitely the video, the 2024 to 2027 video, the changing of the guides, that's for a lot of you, where you meet someone and you're like, we had a relationship in a past life or something happened. It's not in this life, but you just have an interface, you have a great conversation, then you're just like, bye-bye, it was nice to see you. And you just know that that could be a moment where when you're walking down the path of life and it feels a little bit foggy, that person is just saying, you're right where you should be, kiddo, keep on going, keep on going. So we don't have to, I want us to really become familiar and okay with saying, that's all. That's it. That's it. Like, it was really nice to meet you. Like, if you want to exchange social media is amazing, but like, we don't have to do this ever again. And just saying, okay, it was nice to meet you, bye. And getting so comfortable with that being like, I'll see you again. I'll see you around the sun. Like, making the world smaller. Do you know what I mean? Kind of like the Two of Wands in the Rider-Waite deck, where it's like he's holding the world in his hand and making it small, but knowing that you can, oh my God, I'm just like Lord of the Rings, like Bilbo, like my part of this tale will end, but then people will come and go in the telling. So it will just be a beautiful moment of connection, but that you don't have to keep coming back to that space. My guides are saying, and if you're new here, you know, when I'm talking to you, my guides show me images over here, and I now have just two paradigms over here. I have a past life view screen, if you will, over here, and then a very galactic view over here. And so this new screen up here is very, very new as far as like when I'm channeling and when I'm talking to you. So it's got a lot of tabs open. So basically, we can't get... For a lot of people, they've been feeling very alone and they've been feeling very lonely within their paradigm, and as if they have to move and go somewhere because they're looking for something outside of themselves, relationships, Libra, that they need to feel on a regular basis. But know that everything you need is inside of you. Abundance is inside of you. You are that other person having a soul experience. Everything that you experience outside of yourself is a vibrational match for you. So you will start to see people falling away from your paradigm and new people popping up. But having the healthiest of boundaries in a boundaryless world, there is a video that I have called Boundaries in a Boundaryless World, but knowing that what you do every day needs to be of your own. You cannot become with the person that you are soul mated with, soul matched with, and become one. There is none of that. We must stay within our singularity to not amalgamize to another, to stay in our sovereignty. Sovereignty is the word, Sarah. Sovereignty is the word. So remembering that, yes, standing next to others can feel like a warm fire, but do not let it become an addiction that you need to be around that person at all times. Have separation, have moments of alone time in woods, in a bath, in whatever it may be, and know that that is a moment of coming back to center that you all need. Especially parents need time away, even a shower, even a moment. Some are laughing, but is necessary. There is lifetimes in 60 to 90 seconds. Is necessary to It's inviting community in to give yourself singularity. It is a trust and a community that needs to come together. Yes, but you spending that moment of time alone with self is integral to what you will experience in this lifetime, all of you. It's shifting. It's so shifting. I'm so here for it. I was listening to an Emilio Just Tap In podcast. I'm going to put the link to his page below. And it was the Aaron Lyons conversation. And I was driving to Staples to go pick up new pens. My quick drawing pens. They didn't have the brand I liked. They had a Staples brand. I was triggered by that, but it is what it is. And my entire head was just like open. My crown chakra was just open. And sometimes when I feel that and that happens, you know, I'll put my hand on it just to like give and just to, you know, be a part of it. But it was so open, and my guides were like, just receive these transmissions, these like blessings to YouTube and blessings to Substack and blessings to these platforms because those are the two that I'm using right now. I also use Instagram and my website. And we'll eventually do an email blast and everything like that. Like it's all coming together. But the sound of my voice, and I've been saying this for a while, it's in the description, looking into my bug eyes, is unlocking codes within you. We're all getting unlocked. And so be open to that. They're saying sometimes once you feel the unlocking, be able to discern, am I addicted to the knowledge and then I need to go play outside? Definitely watch the Go Play Outside video. It's linked below. Definitely go watch that. Okay, so now my intention and what the guides say are just two different things. That's Libra season for you. It's the scales. It's the moon in Gemini. It's all happening all at the same time. So 22nd of September, let's just go over where everything is. This same day, later on the day, Venus is going into Scorpio. So at the second that it goes into Libra, Venus is at 29 degrees of Libra. The second the sun goes into Libra, Venus is at 29 degrees of Libra, and then we'll immediately go into Scorpio. Anyone in healthy relationship partnerships that's mastering their Lilith, that's releasing South Node tendencies, that's independent and sovereign within their relationships, North Node, South Node. If you want to bring in some babies, do it. Just do it. Just do it. Venus and Scorpio, do it. Absolutely do it. I couldn't recommend bringing these starseed babies in higher. And remembering, there's a lot of relationships that are drastically changing. I have a whole video on that. It's in the toolbox. And I'm going to remind you of something that I said in that video. I believe I recorded it last November. Sometimes people come together just to bring the starseed babies in. You are going to be seeing a lot of relationships for the rest of the year really shifting, and a lot of people amicably separating that have been together for 10, 15, 20 plus years, and they're just on different soul journeys, and that's a beautiful thing. The North Node in January is going to Pisces, the path of our soul, purpose, healing, closure, and coming home, and the South Node will be going into Virgo, our everyday life and practical service. The longer range transit playlist has a whole video on the North Node and the South Node. It will become so beautiful and apparent, and a lot of what I love about these shifting relationships as far as why they're ending now, or why they're ending publicly now, is because they've been over for a while and people are doing their inner work, and you don't have any idea what's going on with other people. So especially someone that basically the dramatization that my guides are popping into my brain is like, oh my God, do you recognize that, like, John and Denise, they're separating? Can you believe that? Oh my God, I thought they were so happy. They've been talking for probably the better part of a year to 6 months about this shift in relationship, how much they love each other, how much they revere and respect each other. When souls separate that are sovereign and of divine feminine and masculine and emotionally mature, it's not like, oh my God, this is what happened. Just use it as the ripple for your community and your environment. And if you see that happen, celebrate them. Celebrate a beautiful, revered relationship ending and giving them space at their own table for new people to come in. Yes, time and space is infinite, but we only have so much space at the VIP table to have around us. Some people have tons of people, some people have tons of kids, some people have tons of extended family, and that's beautiful. But ask yourself, like, how many people are in your VIP? How many people do you want to be in your VIP? And everybody else can be an acquaintance that you see around the holidays. Like, that's beautiful. No judgment. What's best for you is not going to be what's best for me, but do what is best for you as I will do what is best for me. So, talked about the sun, talked about the moon, talked about Venus, mentioned the South Node, mentioned Lilith, and I'll mention Jupiter in Gemini. We've had Jupiter in Gemini for a while now, 2 videos in the longer range transit playlist. I have a whole video on Mars in Cancer. What did I call it? Power meets softness. I won't reference everything that I've said there. Pluto in Capricorn right now. This is going to shift in this time period I'll just highlight it now, the dates. So on the 11th of October, 2024, Pluto is going to go direct in Capricorn at 29 degrees. And then on the 19th of November, 2024, Pluto goes into Aquarius for that's it. It's going to be in Aquarius forever. This is the last time in all of our lifetimes that Pluto will be in Capricorn. I will have an entire video when it comes time on the Pluto in Aquarius. I have a Pluto in Aquarius part 1 and part 2. It's like opening to the door of the Oz. I forget what the other one's called. Something about Oz, I'm sure. But definitely go check that out. The longer range transit playlist is for you. Talked about the North Node. We've talked about Chiron over here, retrograde. Chiron's going to stay retrograde this entire time. Not really moving too much from 22 degrees of Aries to 19 degrees of Aries. So this is why, and Lilith over here in Libra, this is why it can feel a little bit, I'm listening to my guides, scary or intense to do things. It's like there's this irrational undertone, like an irrational undertone of fear or, oh my God, I'm about to do something or say something that I've never done before. And I'm so scared of how people are going to think about me. I'm so scared. It's irrational. It's because your soul is evolving in a way that you're co-creating with the God of your understanding, and it's a beautiful thing. So I'm not going to deep dive too much into Chiron or Lilith. I have, a information on my Substack about that Venus, Lilith, and the South Node conjunction. It was kind of coming together. It was about the first week of September. So whatever, you might have just felt like exhausted. You might have felt, they're showing me like loneliness coming to the table and being with yourself coming to the table, and everybody just kind of like positive, negative, ego coming together, the both sides of the Libra scales, light and dark, all coming together, and just kind of like saturating into your soul, and you just being like, yeah, sometimes I do get lonely, sometimes I do get this, or sometimes I do get frustrated, being in partnerships and being with yourself and, trusting God to bring the divine partnership. There is beauty and hardships in both. One is not better than or easier than the other. What you are doing right now as a soul, as having a human experience, is perfect for you. So try your best not to judge yourself or where you are in comparison to others. Just be in what you're in and say, there might be people that, if you're in a relationship, you want to tell the people that are not in a relationship in your life, like, you're going to do great, try this out, do this, do that. Or for people that are not in a relationship, the friends that are in partnerships, like, you should probably just break up because you're complaining about them all the time. You don't know what the other is like. Even I eat meat and you don't eat meat. I can't understand what you're going through. You can't understand what I'm going through. Just listen to people. Just listen to the people in your life and let them share. A lot of what I would love to, and what has come up before as people awaken, or it's like the told you so, that, can't have an I told you so moment. I have a whole video on that. It's very much, are you listening to people, or are you waiting for your chance to speak? Are you waiting for your chance to say, oh, this is what I'm going through, and that's how I understand what you're talking about? You're literally just a cutout of a soul, and I've projected my own self onto you. I'm just using you as a mirror. Yes, we are mirroring each other as souls having human experiences, but it's really amazing to be able to talk to people, cardinal air energy, Libra, and just have a dialogue. Just have a dialogue, Mercury, our communication planet, over here in Virgo at 22 degrees. It's like, you're good at this, you're bad at this, yes, no, that's a full sentence. There's not even a per my last email, I don't bother. So just listen. Just listen. If you don't have anything, or let your brain be like, I know better. Be like, thank you for sharing. That's really interesting. How does that feel? Keep asking questions. It's very much like the leader's mentality, and very much a Lewis Howes mentality on, the School of Greatness. I'm going to the Summit of Greatness tomorrow. And it's very much, the most enlightened person in the room, or the most, interesting person in the room, is kind of the one who just sits there and listens. It's like, tell me about you. What's new in your world? How are you experiencing this life? Tell me more about that. and just listen to them. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Listening more, you learn more, you receive more, you don't have to figure it out, as well as let that be a moment for, you to understand how long this person needs to be in your life. Sometimes it can be just one conversation, like, thank you for sharing, goodbye, I'll see you again, never, but this changed my life. Or you can say, this really resonates. I want to, see you again, or interface again, or exchange information again. Let it be that moment. Just listen. Just listen. I feel like I'm all over the place, but they're saying you're doing good. I talked about Mars. Yeah, I had the whole video on Mars in Cancer. Uranus is going to stay retrograde. Neptune is going to stay retrograde. Oh no, Neptune is going to go direct in this process. This is exciting. I'm asking my guys if there's anything else specific that they want to talk about when it comes to these changing energies, or what we'll experience in that time period. So not everyone has this language. I'm going to talk to the galactics. Not everyone has this language, and there will be incredible shifting and changing within the paradigm of the United States. I live in the United States, so I've questioned before, like, why is it about the United States? I live in the United States, and this time period, going from September 22nd to December 21st, encompasses some pretty big dates within the United States. They're showing this, like, cracking open of a ball. It's like you spinning and you're opening it. They're showing me like a sphere that was like stuck, and then all of a sudden it's cracked open. And then inside is sand, and that sand is going to be scooped 3 different buckets. And then that sand is shifted. There's a lot of separation that is naturally occurring within the United States. Let it, trust it. Look to your neighbors. Look to your neighbors. Do you feel safe with the neighbors on the right and safe with the neighbors on the left, the neighbors across the street, and the neighbors behind you? Get to know them, and just know that what if that was the world? What if the whole world was your neighbors on either side and front to back? Make friends, make peace with yourself, and find something that you can appreciate about all of those souls, because it's like 2 trees that chose to grow next to each other. Sometimes the branches go this way, sometimes this happens, and that's okay. But look to your neighbors on the front, back, side to side. Relationships, the important people. And so in the general wheel, relationships, then the people we share possessions with, quest, adventure, long distance travel, higher education, spirituality. These 2 houses are the signs of legalities. The scales over here, the scale of justice, and then Sagittarius is run by Jupiter, which is, they're saying like the laws of justice, and how big things are created. I'm asking my guys. So the way that I view the United States right now is a soap opera. And Sarah the Avatar sometimes is like, oh, look at the I'm literally drinking tea. Like, look at the tea. It's wild out there. But in my perspective as a sovereign being, I don't expect any one establishment, ideology to come help me or save me. What is within my current reality and what I can control is within my control. If it's right here in front of me, then I will tend to it and I will handle it. I don't expect help from anything other than source, myself, co-creating together. That's it. I don't idealize or put up on a pedestal other humans. I don't believe in that system. It is crumbling. That's just a me thing. So I stay very neutral. I'll listen, I'll hold space, but whenever anyone asks me, I'm just like, no one's coming. No one's coming. It's, the parable of the white hats. Like, yes, there are good, benevolent beings that are tending to paradigms that are not within my current here and now, and it's amazing. Yes, there are galactic beings that I'm communicating with right now in this current time and space, but I do not expect a Superman to come down and I love superheroes. You know me. You know me. I become the version of myself that can save myself in every breath, in every moment. And that is what I wish for all of you. So if there is a beautiful dialogue about it, go for it. My guy, have fun. Enjoy yourself. Don't try to change someone's perspective. Like, just be sovereign, be with yourself. But maybe, if your neighbor flies a different flag than you, have a cup of coffee with them and just talk. They're obviously important to your soul because they live next door to you. Try to find something that you can wish on your enemies perceived and say, I want you to have water and community, and I want you to be healthy. I wish love for you. That's the goal, that everyone's equal. It's still Virgo season as I record this, so I'm going to say it. If you sit on the toilet and you poop the same way that I do, you're no better than me. I'm no better than you. Nothing that I can do, I'm not empowering my clients and, community to do on their own. I want you to be able to channel. There's no information that any channeler across time and space can receive that you cannot receive in your own way. It just looks different. It's kind of like the X-Men. Everybody shines different. You know what I mean? So I think that's enough for the 22nd. Yeah. Okay. So now let's look at the sun going through Libra, deep transformation, Scorpio season. I love Scorpio season, and Sag. And then getting up here. I'm about to put the planets down for the 21st of December, 2024. That's when the sun is going into Capricorn season. So the general astrological wheel, this is the base of the tree of our life, the roots, cultural family roots. Safety is key. We want to be a homebody down here. These are relationships we just talked about, public life and career, and the sign of self over here. It's kind of like Aries season is like the New Year's Day, if you will, on the astrological wheel. And so once the sun is up here, we feel the sun is like a lighthouse in the sky. So we kind of feel as though we're on a public stage. We're, want to work hard, hustle, legacy, public life, and career. That's kind of like immediately before Christmas, people are like, oh, I spent a lot of money. Sometimes people can get a little hard on themselves when you're opening your present. You're like, yeah, I bought that in Sag season, actually. Yeah. Enjoy it. That's why New Year's resolutions are in Capricorn season, because you're like, I gotta change everything about myself. Everything. That's cardinal earth energy. I want solid foundation, new things coming in. So that's that. The moon is going to be in Virgo at 13 degrees. Cool beans. Earth to earth. Earth to earth. So Mercury's going to have some retrogrades during this time period, which I'm excited about. So, wait a minute. Must be Cap. Hold on. I miswrote things down. November, Sag. In Sag, retrograde in Sag. Direct in Sag. 6 degrees Sag. It's going to be Sag. Oh. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. Pardon me. Handwriting's a little all over the place. I don't know if you've seen it before, but it's an expression. It's a form of expression. Pardon me. Okay, so just a little sidetrack on that one. Get some more type. Whew, boy, I thought I really just dropped the pudding on that one. Okay, so starts off in Virgo, 22 degrees. We're going to go direct until the 25th of November, Sag energy. So on the 25th of November, Mercury is going to go retrograde at 22 degrees. Going to backtrack to 6 degrees. It's going to stay in Sag. Go direct on the 15th of December at 6 degrees of Sag. And then it's going to end at 8 degrees of Sag over here. That's a big gulp. But I love that Mercury's direct and then is going to stay in one sign. The last Mercury retrograde that we had went over Virgo and Leo and then back into Virgo again. Tons of information on my Substack have I written about that. So Mercury in Libra, again, balanced scales. Mercury in Libra, cardinal air energy. What you need to say it. Don't, it's like that joke that people are like, I'm standing in my villain era, where it's really just like a people pleaser that's, writing the whole thing out, but all you needed to say is no. Harness Mercury in Virgo, where we are right now, and just not over embellish, not overdo it. Just maybe start to view it as that's how I'm going to receive and perceive the communication outside of me. That's how Mercury, our downloads, that's our Hermes planet in the sky, how I'm going to receive this information. I'm going to receive things balanced, but I'm also going to be able to perceive when someone's lying to me. Mercury in air signs, sometimes it's like they're filling up so much space that all the, this is a lie. It's like, sniff it out. You can do that. I love that. So those are the Mercury retrogrades. Venus is going to be scooting. Venus on the 21st of December, is going to be in Aquarius at 16 degrees over here. I love that. Yeah. Venus in Scorpio, bring in the kiddos. Venus in Sag. I've gotten certain piercings during Venus and Sag. Like the first day of Venus and Sag, I've gotten, some body modifications done. That's all I'm going to say about that. Venus and Cap, we want money. We want paper. We want gifts. It's like Taurus season. We want anything we want. We don't want a gift card. We want money. Just money. Just give us money. Venus in Aquarius is a little freaky-deaky. But also, how do I say? It's like the aliens of the zodiac. It's like, you like crusading for my exact favorite spiritual thing. Like you just speak my alien language. I like you. Yeah, you've got to stand for something. My natal Venus is in Aquarius, and it's the only air in my chart aside from Chiron and Gemini. But it's like, you best be an alien, freaky-deaky type of a being, but you are awakened and you have whatever, you're sovereign and you're creating something, but you're of service to the world. Please. Thank you. That's what I'm on. Okay, so whenever there's a triple number, I get a little, look at that. On the 21st of December, Mars is going to be in Leo at 4 degrees and 44 minutes, 444 retrograde. So Mars is in Cancer energy right now. And again, like I said, I've written whole Substacks, and then the Power Meets Softness video on my YouTube, that video is about Mars in Cancer energy. So we talk about all these dates. This casts a line well into 2025. This is a big retrograde, and Mars will be retrograde the end of the year. So Mars is going to be direct, and then is going to go retrograde on the 6th of December at 6 degrees of Leo, and then we'll end on the 21st of December at 4 degrees of Leo, right here. We want to roar. We'll want to roar, but find healthier ways to express it, please. 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 Jupiter's going to be in Gemini still. She's going to go retrograde on the 9th of October, and she's going to be at 14 degrees of Gemini retrograde on the equinox. Uranus is actually scooting retrograde. It's at 23 degrees over here. Oh, Saturn, pardon me, I skipped over Saturn. So Saturn's going to be direct. This is really exciting. So Saturn is going to be going direct. I think that says the 15th of November. Yeah, Saturn goes direct on the full moon in Taurus. Wow. So exciting. So Saturn is going to be starting off at 14 and then we'll just be direct at 13 degrees. So not moving too much over there. Talked about Uranus. Neptune is at 28 degrees and 28 minutes retrograde in Pisces and will end direct. Neptune goes direct on the 7th of December and will be at 27 degrees right over here. Pluto I already talked about. That's a 20-year transit. This is so exciting. So exciting. And then the nodes are really shifting. So the nodes are going to be at give or take 2, because you know you have the mean and the true. So whichever node you follow, there's nothing wrong with that, whatever one resonates with you. Chiron in Aries is going to be retrograde, like I said, 22 to 19. And then Miss Lilith is going to be at 9 degrees of Libra. This is, I don't think I missed anything, did I? Nope. So what do we see? What do we see? Planets definitely spread out. Mars, you know, having a retrograde separates it from, usually that's an inner planet, from Venus, from Mercury. Usually they kind of like all hang out around the sun, but Mars is chilling over here. Still have a retrograde, still have a retrograde, still have a retrograde. The Pisces is going direct, and the Cap Aquarius is going direct, which I love. And then we have Jupiter, that expansive planet, that gregarious luck be a lady tonight planet going retrograde. There's so many astrological validations that say that you're not going to be joked around with anymore, they're saying. You're really taking yourselves seriously and understanding this practice in a way that, this is really a fascinating image that my guides are giving me right now. You're expanding the realm of what you are acknowledging that you co-create with the universe and with you co-create. You're expanding your realm of understanding that you are the director of this video game, which is very fascinating. What do you mean by that, Sarah? So, you know, I've given the parable before of like, what outside thing do you believe is outside? And, you know, I give the joke, not joke, but, you know, the gravity. I believe in gravity. I know I can heal myself, but if, you know, I get shot or stabbed, please bring me to a medical doctor. Like that outside reality. But what is happening is that I'm seeing that be like, there's a dome over you, and then you've been seeing, like I'm seeing you, and then this huge dome over you, that you're like, I can only control what's underneath this dome. And you're pushing that dome out. And then other people's domes are coming in to create this whole bigger dome. And the biggest dome is kind of like surrounding the entirety of the earth. And so I love that image that my guides and the galactic guides are giving me right now that just says we're recognizing that we are all the same. No one is better than the other. Please go watch that Emilio Ortiz podcast with Erin Lyons. I put the link for that below. That's Pluto in Aquarius. Deepest transformation of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. We are all community. We are all one. So start with your neighbors. Do you get along with your neighbors? Do you respect them? Do you talk to them? Really? In my little island town that I live in, there are so many flags all over the place. This flag spliced with this flag, and this for this, this for this, this for this. And what are the values that you stand for? What are the things that you really believe? And if they encompass peace and love for everyone, wealth for everyone, then that's a beautiful thing. But everyone has to include the people that you don't agree with. Big pills today, big pills. Lead with love, no matter the title. Lead with love. Lead with incredible love. And love can be boundaries. Love can say, hey, I disagree with you so much that we can't really interface anymore. And I love that for you. I love that you're so passionate about this thing, this person, this ideology, this, side of something that you really identify with. But I don't want to talk about division all the time, so I'm going to love you from a distance. I'm going to love you from a safe distance. And that's okay. We love candles. I love candles. I love, beautiful, passionate fire, but I don't really touch it because it's not fun when you touch it. And that's okay. That's really okay. But finding the balance between, and leading with self-love, leading with I am love, I am abundance, I am all your values. You emulate that. You literally are that. There's nothing outside of you. You are that. So when you put on the clothes of love and abundance and wealth and kindness and clarity, those are just your colors. You wear those colors, and then that shows other people around you like, oh my God, I really like those sneakers. I wear those same sneakers. We're a vibe. But you have to show the world who you are and find it to be not so much finding values that aren't divisive, I'd say, before, at least within the beautiful image that my guides are giving me, which has never come through like this before. So I know I talk a lot to the United States. The people that live outside of the United States, you can help the people that live in the United States by doing this on your own. Finding people that maybe it's not as divisive politically, but finding someone that, maybe like vegan is really can't stand someone who eats meat, but they love the same music and they're at the same music festival. And you're like, oh my God, we vibe on this. Like, try to find something, or, send love to perceived enemies, do a meditation for that. Like, really, really. Sometimes I'm fighting with my guides when I go slow, when I'm like, this happened today, but I don't want to talk about it, but it can be helpful for people, and blah, 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 blah. So I was driving home from my walk today, and I drove past a person that, is a perceived enemy. And my first thought, the first thing I thought and said, because I saw them going for a walk and exercising, was like, get it, girl, awesome, I'm so proud of you. Then 2 seconds later, I just cut some ties. But I led with love. And I know that by physically seeing that person, I walk right on by, they walk right on by, but there's love. Do you know what I mean? My first thought was love. I'm proud of you. You've got this. But close up, no thank you. Absolutely no thank you. But from a distance, there's love. You know what I mean? So try that on for size. My guides are saying, try your best to stop telling people what you think of them. Unless they have asked you to judge, unless they've paid you for a session, unless they have, there's in my self-mastery program, there's an activity that I recommend, like asking a dear friend, someone that you really respect, to judge you and to literally judge you. Stop telling people what you think is best for them, what you think is how I understood this is something that happened in my life. Try listening, really try listening, and stop telling people what you think of them. Stop telling, tell people if it's, okay, I'll give 2 examples. Someone is just talking to you, they're explaining their life, they're just talking about their day. Just listen. Just listen. And the phrase that I really love is, how can I best support you right now? Do you want advice, or do you want me to just listen? If it comes to that point, like it's your turn to talk, how can I serve you? What is it that you need? Amazing. Beautiful. I was having a very healing day. I was in the depths of my processing the other day, and I opened up my phone very, very quickly, and a coworker of mine had sent me this really lovely message, like, hey, I really respect that you're always an ear. You're always available for people. I really hope that you understand how much that means to a lot of people. Like, it was just a really lovely message that I didn't expect. And so that person sent me their judgment of me. And it was really lovely, and I really appreciated that. And it really hit at the right time. So those are okay to do, just like out of the blue things. But if you're in dialogue with someone, really listen. Really be present. Really listen. I don't care if you are having both sides of the conversation. I don't care if you feel as though, like, I know what they should do and this and that and that. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're not in their shoes. You don't know what their life is like. So just listen. And then ask, what would you like from me? How can I best support you? What is it that you need? And let them say, can you just listen? Or can you give me a hug? Or what would you do in this situation? Wait for the invitation. I know this is very projector language, but I find it to be a very helpful tool regardless of your human design, just to say, nope, you're not paying me for a session. If someone's paying you for a session, my guy, just get in there and talk to them and express yourself in the way that you need to express yourself. You've exchanged energy and they want you to judge them. But really hang tight to your spells. Hang tight. They don't call it spelling for no reason. The words that you speak, I forget where it was, where my guides were like, there's only so many words we get to speak in this lifetime. So be a little bit more specific with the ones that you choose. Is there anything else? Really journal what happened for Cancer season, June until here, what happened for you, debrief with yourself, really spend some time journaling, really spend some time pondering, be in a contemplative space, be open, and take time to listen and really know that information's coming in hot, downloads are coming in hot, things are going to change on a dime. We can't soapbox our new selves every single day. Just be in it. Just be in it and know that you're right on time. Know that you're right on time. I might do an all signs for this. I don't know. I'm going to see how I feel next week. Probably. But it won't be the nitty gritty. It'll just be like the big, just like this. You know what I mean? Just like that big 3 months ahead. What questions do you have for me? How can I best support you? If I post this on Sunday, because I try to post it a week ahead, I try my very best right now to find balance between responding to every single comment as it comes in and being in the space to give, because I put a lot into what I'm doing. I as well really love reading and appreciating every single person who takes the time to comment and to reach out. So know that it is not a reflection on you. If there's time between you and my response, it's because I'm really putting myself in a vibration to honor that and to also give myself time to receive downloads and be in my human life and to turn off my phone and turn off my computer and be out in the woods and just be with source and be with, my vibration and the humans and beings in my life right here and now. So thank you for being here. I read every single one of your comments. I love and appreciate every single person being here. And it's quite a special community that's building. So I think that's it. Thank you. Please share this with someone that might really appreciate and honor this information. This is a big, broad brush stroke. So again, we'll go through the new moons and the full moons as they come up each month, and we'll do the, eventually I'll have a Scorpio season and a Sag season video, October, November, and December video, tons of Sarah, tons of information for you, but this is a nice way to look ahead. Ciao.